This year marks the 20th anniversary year of Apollo Music Projects, whose musicians have brought inspiration and joy to over 18,000 children in primary and special schools in East and North London, making music a central part of school life.
Okay, so everyone knows what they're doing? Yeah? So ready to write, and we're ready to play.
Apollo Music Projects believes that music can speak directly to all children, whatever their backgrounds and circumstances. Many of the musicians who started Apollo Music Projects benefited from free music education, and they believe that all children deserve to have the same opportunities that they had. Classical music can be challenging to children, many of whom will never have seen a violin up close before. Apollo works with children over 2 terms, visiting each class 6 times for classroom workshops, giving the children the time to get to know the music, to get to know the musicians, to get to know the instruments and how they work together to create music.
The children absolutely love Apollo Music being in our school. They look forward to all of their sessions, and I think what's brilliant about Apollo Music is the support they've provided. They're able to do class assemblies, for example, so the children are seeing them in action and then cannot wait until it's their turn for Apollo Music to visit their classroom.
I liked how you're all making it sound like one rhythm, as in it was like you're playing as a team.
Apollo Music has had such an impact on the children in our school. We feel so incredibly lucky to have had the opportunity to provide live music in the building, listening to live instruments and seeing instruments they may not have seen before and learning all about them.
Halfway through, the children come to a chamber orchestra workshop, where they see all the instruments working together, listening to longer pieces of music.
Like the different tones were like different voices, and like each tone was a different person, and they were like talking to each other, and they were also talking to me.
And finally, they all come to a spectacular symphony orchestra concert at the Hackney Empire, listening with rapt attention.
The additional support from Apollo Music Bursaries has been so significant. Our children are having the opportunity to learn an instrument and engage with music in the way that they may not have had previously, or something that they would in their everyday lives. Susan in particular at Apollo Music has been able to form really lovely relationships with the children, and that element of trust. So when they make mistakes, they're not worried. It's all about building their confidence, building their self-esteem, and being really, really confident to learn those instruments. And fingers crossed, take them beyond the walls of our school.
We'll start with Shostakovich, and what we want you to do is we'll play, and while you are listening, you're writing at the same time. Okay, so listening and writing. And what we want you to write is whatever comes into your imagination when you hear the music.
A boy walking, and something is following him. Suddenly, he saw something, but he did not focus on it, and he just ran home and told his family. When he goes to sleep, the same thing he saw, the shadow was on what appeared on his pocket, and he screamed and fainted.
That's really good.
It's all about opening up this magical world to children, a world of joy, of communication, of expression, and encouraging them to trust their own reactions and share how they feel.
What I love most was the first bit of Spring Symphony because it got quicker and quicker, which really built suspense.